Trump is proposing to scrap taxes on UNESCO-connected digital currencies, and that could funnel a tidal wave of investment straight into XRP. You heard that right. This move could tip the scales away from Ethereum. But what's even more game-changing, Trump's intention to make cryptos like Bitcoin and XRP completely tax-exempt. That's a massive shift, folks. Just take that in for a second. No taxes on Bitcoin, no taxes on XRP. Imagine what happens when that policy hits. The floodgates of capital investment will swing wide open, and XRP along with Bitcoin will likely explode in value. Essentially, this plan positions Trump as the catalyst who could send these American cryptocurrencies into uncharted territory, all by removing tax barriers. The reasoning is simple. By taking the tax burden off digital assets, the U.S. government would be sending a clear signal to investors: choose American-backed crypto over foreign alternatives. It's all part of a strategy to push the U.S. ahead of the global competition. We've said it before, once the pieces are in place, this will move fast. Take Ethereum, for instance. It's primarily rooted outside the U.S., and there's always been a cloud of suspicion around it. This tax-exempt status would give homegrown cryptos like XRP a huge competitive edge. Not only does this plan sync perfectly with Trump's America First agenda, but it could also unlock a wave of domestic crypto development like we've never seen. Once these assets become tax-free, literally zero taxes, it's going to be next level. The scale of incoming investment could transform the U.S. crypto space in ways we haven't even begun to imagine. Exactly, that's how big this shift is going to be, folks. Investors everywhere are going to look at the U.S. and say, this is the place to build. Why? Because of the legal clarity and supportive framework being put in place. The U.S. is quickly becoming the true home base for crypto innovation, and Trump's not shy about it. He said it loud and clear not too long ago. He talked about creating a national crypto reserve to finally give this powerful industry the support it deserves after years of political hostility under Biden's leadership. That's exactly why his executive order on digital currencies instructed the presidential working group to press ahead with a strategic crypto reserve, a reserve that includes major altcoins like XRP, Solana, and Cardano. Trump's vision is simple. He's going to make ACS the global headquarters for digital finance. This is what making America great again looks like in the Web3 era. And here's what's interesting. Notice which coins didn't make the cut. That's right, meme coins are nowhere to be found. This is about a serious foundational crypto stockpile, a strategic vault of high-utility assets, starting with XRP, then Solana. When we talk about the top US-based blockchain protocols, the number one name that keeps coming up, the XRP ledger. It's right here in black and white. It's the leading blockchain network rooted in America under the ACS framework. Now let's zoom out for a second and look at ACS's dominance in both the internet and blockchain sectors. Just think about it. America is home to the giants of the web. Alphabet, Sun1, Amazon, sitting at 2, Meta, ranked 4th, Netflix at 6, PayPal in the top 10. All of them are US-born. ACS-aligned tech giants, built and scaled in America. Now compare that to the blockchain space, XRP, proudly US-based, under the ACS Ethereum based in Switzerland. Bitcoin decentralized with no national anchor Binance, operating out of Dubai. See the trend? Aside from XRP, and maybe Solana, most major coins are foreign or globally scattered. And Solana, that one's interesting. It's technically US-based, but heavily fueled by venture capital backers, which puts it in a different league entirely. Solana's rise? Yeah, that's no accident. It was strategically boosted, practically engineered to surge with massive backing from venture capitalists who ensured it skyrocketed. Now here's the kicker. Only Solana and XRP have outperformed Bitcoin since 2023. The game has changed, the momentum has shifted. If you look at the chart, Solana's the purple line, XRP is the black one. And while Solana's soared, thanks to aggressive funding and promotional pushes, XRP hasn't even tapped into that kind of marketing power yet. It hasn't been pumped the same way. So think about it. XRP is still waiting for its moment. And when that moment comes, it won't just catch up, it could blow past expectations. Imagine Solana's growth, but XRP on overdrive. Back to the bigger picture. XRP is a US-based blockchain protocol. That alone is huge. Seriously, this is big for America, big for crypto, and let's not forget, XRP is inherently neutral. It plays fair, it plays global. So no matter what's happening out there, XRP is holding its ground. And things, they're actually looking pretty solid. Now let's talk about what could be a massive month for crypto, July. According to White House crypto czar David Sachs, July is shaping up to be a major turning point. And when the government starts publicly signaling that, something's brewing behind the scenes, this leads us straight into price action talk. Because that's really what this is all pointing toward. According to Crypto Insider UK, XRP is on the verge of something big. On the weekly chart, there's been a single resistance line that's held XRP back for months, since the start of 2025. It's like trying to push a beach ball underwater. You know the explosion upward is inevitable. That critical zone, it's right around $2. If XRP breaks and closes above that level, it could test support and take off from there. Boom. Lift. And yes, the indicators are lining up on TradingView as well. Technically, things look incredibly bullish right now. This trend line dates back to early this year, and XRP is right up against it. So what's the challenge? XRP keeps teasing a pullback, but never delivers. Every time it dips, it bounces even higher. It's frustrating for anyone trying to catch a long position, because there's barely a chance to get in low. But if you look at XRP's historical movement, there's a pattern. It climbs, consolidates, then climbs again. Classic bullish structure. The last time it did this was when it went from $1 to $3 without ever retracing to the previous support. It just held the line and kept pushing up. So right now XRP's setup is giving major deja vu. This could be the early stages of an explosive move over the next few weeks. Now let's look at liquidation data across top exchanges like Binance, OKX, Bybit, HTX, BitMX. What stands out? There are way more shorts than longs. That tells us traders are overwhelmingly betting against XRP. And that's often a signal for a breakout in the opposite direction. And here's where it gets really interesting. Some analysts are pointing to a 2017 fractal that XRP is now repeating almost perfectly. If this plays out, the target is $10 by August. If that fractal holds, July might just be the warm-up for what's coming next, especially with ETFs looming on the horizon. We've got 11 major asset managers with a combined $40 billion in AUM lining up to launch XRP-related ETFs. They're planning to go live right as XRP is primed to break out. You can see the coordination timing the market move with the ETF approvals to maximize inflow and momentum. The XRP takeover, it's already underway about its crypto ETFs, so this isn't some distant fantasy. It's already happening globally. Which brings us back to the bigger question. What's the long-term potential of XRP? At its current price around 2 ticks, with a circulating supply of $60 billion and a yearly velocity of 10, XRP can currently support around $1.3 trillion in annual transaction volume. But that's just the beginning. There are over 1,700 active NDAs, confirmed partnerships, and deep integrations on the horizon, covering everything from 14% of the Swift FX derivatives market to DTCC, Amazon, and more. When this all rolls out, the volume potential jumps to a staggering $100 trillion to $2 quadrillion annually. That's 1,500 plus times more volume than XRP handles today. Multiply that with today's price, and you get a mind-blowing projection of $3,380 per XRP. So if you're holding just 1,000 XRP, that's a theoretical value of $3.3 million. Wild, right? And here's how it could happen. Institutions begin locking up XRP as a reserve asset for real-world utility. As utility demand increases, XRP gets pulled from public supply, creating scarcity, and that's what can drive it toward $20,000 in the long run. Even David Schwartz, Ripple's CTO, is echoing this momentum. He confirmed that hundreds of billions in real-world tokenized assets are coming to blockchains fast, and the XRP ledger is at the front of that movement. It comes down to auditability, a problem that blockchain tech solves perfectly. In traditional finance, auditing is messy. Companies rely on third parties to process transactions, and auditors have to trust that no information is being withheld. But that trust is fragile, expensive, and inefficient. With blockchain, and specifically XRPL, proof of absence is instant. Auditors can verify data on demand without involving a third party. You can literally audit continuously. It's fast, transparent, and trustless. That alone is game-changing for corporations looking to cut costs and reduce risk. Schwartz called it a dumb reason, but even he admits it's exactly the kind of reason that will push every company to adopt blockchain tech. And when they do, many will choose XRP Ledger because it's built for enterprise-scale use cases, finance, data, tokenization, everything. That's where the utility explosion happens. And let's not forget, XRP is deflationary by design. As usage increases, more XRP gets burned in fees, reducing supply even more over time. Bottom line, the future is looking insanely bullish. Like almost too good to be true, but all the data and developments are lining up. So the question is, are you ready for what's coming?